Cik Syarul.
Ya, sorry. Batuk sikit. Ya, saya. Siapa yang cakap dia? Hello, dengar? Oh, Cik Wan Ahmad Zaki Hello?
Hello, dengar.
Dengar. Okay, sorry Ni pakai mikrofon letak kat mulut baru nampak. Baru jelas sikit. BDR ke Zaki?
Ya, BDR.
Yalah, stay safe lah, stay home. Cik Farid ada kat pejabat dah.
Ada kot.
Ya. Aku pun kat pejabat juga ni. Ada kerja sikit.
Dia negatif hari tu.
apa dia?
Hmm.
Sekarang
Baik.
ni orang ada dua dos vaksin pun boleh kena juga.
Betul.
Sebab ni doktor yang cakap. Hari tu dia datang kat BBK ni. Dia tunjukkan guna, sebab kat sini ada kit dia. Ada kit RTK tu. Kita ada 3 kotak kat sini kalau nak swab test.
Oh ya ke?
So,
Kita dah live
semua negatif lah. Yang positif ni jenik tu je. Tapi dia ada kat rumah lah. Dia kuarantin dengan keluarga dia lah. Mungkin daripada kan isteri dia bekerja. Aku ni batuk-batuk ni bukan sebab apa pun. Sebab makan ubat dah tinggi. Ni siapa ni? BPM, vendor dengan PPK lah kan?
Tiga orang betul. Oh, saja bagi 2, tapi 3 tu cover untuk KK, yang 1 tu cover 2 daerah tu. Sebab distribution bagi macam tu sebab consumer telah jumlah consumer. Mau.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Terima kasih kepada semua tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang hadir. So, untuk pengetahuan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita akan start pukul 3 petang. Okey, tepat 3 petang kita akan start. Terima kasih.
Jadi mama ayah jalan boleh tak print out dan
Testing.
Monday 12.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kita akan start pada pukul 3. So kita dah boleh start. So bagi sesiapa yang belum masuk lagi boleh teruskan masuk. Okay. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih pada semua yang hadir. Thank you for being with us today. So we are from Skyshine Corporation Sdn Bhd. We organize this webinar, which is about the UAV VTOL Fixed-Wing by Innovech Technology France. So today I will start to introduce the Innovech drone from France. So we have a special webinar today because we have bring a guest speaker from Innovech drone. So I will introduce it later. Okay. So I will share my screen. If anyone cannot see my screen, just let me know. All right. Okay. Okay. As you know, today webinar is about UAV VTOL Fixed-Wing by Innovech drone France. So before we go for the webinar, I start with introduction of Skyshine Corporation Sdn Bhd. As you know, Skyshine Corporation Sdn Bhd consists of 25 personnel with background in surveying, remote sensing, GIS, and drone lidar technology. We are registered with MOF and Bumi Putra status. So Skyshine Corporation is established in February 1995, which means already 25 in survey and mapping market. Okay. So what Skyshine do? Okay, Skyshine is doing a GIS system application development, UAV drone and lidar training services and consultation. We also supply high resolution satellite image, survey equipment such as total station, GNS equipment and accessory. We also doing processing of remote sensing data and also supply hydrography instrument and utility instrument. Okay, today we focus on unmanned aerial vehicle UAV VTOL Fixed-Wing technology, which is Skyshine bring this VTOL Fixed-Wing from France, which is Innovech drone. So what Innovech drone do? Okay, actually Innovech drone is a France-based company of UAV technology involved in UAV technology for surveying, mapping, utility, hydrography, surveillance, inspection, and so on. So Innovech drone consists of expertise for fixed-wing UAV, multi-rotor UAV, and geometric field, and so on. So Innovech drone have full range of UAV product and geometric solution for mapping and survey. Okay. So Skyshine is a sole distributor for Innovech drone product in Southeast Asia. Actually, we are focused on VTOL Fixed-Wing, which is a Skycross 2400 and Skycross 3400. Okay. So today we have a special webinar, which is we have bring guest speaker from Innovech drone itself. Okay. So we have founder of Innovech drone, which is Mr. Olivier Lambert, and we have co-founder of Innovech Technology, which is Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐿 He. As you can see on the screen, Olivier Lambert is very experienced person in UAV technology. So he have been involved in a lot of UAV technology module, tournament, and so on. While Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐿 He is experienced in geometric field, which is about the software, geometric software, photogrammetry software, and also he has a PhD in photogrammetry from University of Savoy. Okay, so what most important in the Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐿 also is integration and testing of DNS, and also integration with other sensor to use with the UAV VTOL. Okay, so without wasting time, I will give this presentation to Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐿 He to continue the presentation about Innovech drone. Consists of Skycross 2400, Skycross 3400, and other drone that are product by Innovech drone. So, Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐿, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you can continue the presentation now.
All right. Well, hello everyone. My name is 𝐒𝐊𝐿, and I'm the managing director of Innovech drone. Very happy today to participate this webinar and invited by Skyshine. Very glad to meet you in long distance. I saw a lot of familiar names, some old friends, and I hope that the pandemic situation can disappear as soon as possible, and this way we can travel freely, and we can go to Malaysia to give you a real demo. Today, first I'm going to share my screen. Well, today I'm going to present our company and one of our product, the VTOL plane. Well, in my presentation, I will first introduce the company and the key managers. Then I will go into present our UAV. The third part, I'm going to present a mission that we have done recently, a big mission by using our VTOL drone. And then I'm going to present several applications by using our drone, including survey and mapping, agriculture, and surveillance. Then I'm going to talk about our collaboration with Skyshine. At the end, we're going to do a live demonstration. I'm going to use my phone to show how we assembling the drone, how we fly, how we planify a mission, and do a real flight. Innovech drone is created in 2020. We are a very young company, but we have many years of experience with the drone. That's why in 1 year we have two types of product. One is the VTOL drone. The VTOL drone, we have two types, two models, and one is smaller, which is 2 meter full wingspan. That's the one that we're going to show today. We have a bigger one, 3 meters full also. The payload is not the same, the endurance is not the same, of course. And the second type of drone we have is a meteorological drone, a heavy carrier, which can carry 5 kilograms and fly 1 hour with this payload. This meteorological drone, we use it for mainly for GPR, and it's a georadar. The main purpose is for detection the pipeline underground, the leak of the pipeline underground. And we are also distributor of DJI in France, 𝐿, GNSS in France, and EGCS software for mission planning software. This is some pictures of our drone. Our VTOL drone is Syrian approval. We have done a lot of job to make this approval, and a big thanks to Skyshine. We are very glad that our VTOL drone is now serial approval in Malaysia. That means we correspond all the requests of the Syrian, the Malaysia legislation. And we are also manufacturer of meteorological with GPR, which is the photo, the second picture on the right side. We can integrate several different types of LiDAR system. For example, we use Regal, we use Balodyne, different kind of LiDAR sensor. We're also DJI distributor, 𝐿 and UGCS, etc. We provide also services of maintenance and training. We also collaborate with several companies for specific research and development project. Rafi has already presented us our key manager, including Oliver, which is the founder and president, and me, I'm the co-founder and the managing director of this company. I don't present more. And here's some specifications of our VTOL drone, the Skycross 3004 and 2004. And the key feature of this, of both of the drone is we have a very long radio link, which can go to 12 kilometers in Europe, and in USA it's around 20 kilometers. And the flight time is very long. The endurance is very long. For the big one, it's up to 180 minutes without payload, and the small one is 110 minutes without payload. With the camera RX1 R2 from Sony, it's a 42 megapixel camera. We can fly 150 minutes for the big one and 100 minutes with the small one. Well, these values are real values. We don't cheat on the numbers. This is the real test flight time. We have done here in France, and we have done also in Asia with the same flight time. And our technology, including the phone application for GNSS, I will present in the next slide. And all the drones are equipped with the latest autopilot hardware and software, and we add a lot of security features on this drone. For example, the structure of the drone is made of fiberglass and carbon. That's why the drone can fly very steady and very stable on the air. And the structure itself is very light, just a 4.5 kg, and that means we can carry a heavy payload to improve the the performance of the drone. And there are some small details which is also advantage for our drone. For example, the assembly is very quick. There's no tool needed. We don't need any tool to assemble the drone. And every part of the drone is modularized. It's very easy to do maintenance and repair. And all the parts can be assembled in less than 1 minute. We have also the LED, the LED from from two wings. So you can see in the picture at the right side. It's very easy to see on the air. And we have also easy switch payload chamber, which means that you can change the payload very easily. And the flag case could be aluminum, and we use today also a bag, a big bag, which is very light and very easy to carry, even in the area like forest. It's very easy to carry. It's very light. Well, here I'm going to show a video. Well, this is our flight case. So here you can see the flight is very stable. Well, a general introduction of our product. Well, I'm going to go deep into some details. Here is our remote control, and it's well, you know, before for VTOL plane, manufacturers use also the remote of for the modelists. It's a very complete remote control. Difficult to use because there are a lot of buttons and it's easy to make some mistakes. In fact, the VTOL plane is not easy to pilot, but nowadays you don't need to know how to pilot a VTOL plane because everything is automatic. That's why we reduce a lot of how to say the buttons on the radio, and we choose a very easy user-friendly one. That's the one that we can see in the picture. It's a radio. It's a HearLink controller, which allows us to control the drone at 12 kilometers far away. We have also a return video function. the most important is that there are just, you can see there are 6 buttons on the remote control. And if we do automatic mission, we just need to click, to press the button, the button auto, and everything can do it itself. It's very, very easy to use, and customer won't make any mistake of the pilot. So that's a big advantage of the drone. And second thing, we can carry several different kind of cameras, sensors. For example, the RGB camera, we have 2 options. We have the 24 megapixel, the Sony Alpha 6000. We have also the Sony RX1R2, the 42 megapixel. For the thermal camera, we use the Nighthawk 2 from NetVision. The multispectral camera, we use MegaSense, which allows us to do the agriculture inspection. The LiDAR system, as I introduced before, we can use Rigo or Velodyne LiDAR system. And what RTK and PPK module, we use the AMLED GNSS because the GNSS have many advantages. For example, it can receive a lot of signal from the GPS, GLONASS, Baidu, and Galileo. And we can add a module called LoRa radio, which allows us to reach a distance up to 8 kilometers. The accuracy is very nice. We can use corrections from N-Trip, VRS, in RTCM3. The most important is that we have a laptop or mobile phone application, which allows us to see directly the status of the signal. For example, how many GPS do you have, and the currency that you can get. You can also download the logs from this application. It's very easy to configure and it's very easy to download the data. And for the safety features, we have several different features for ensure the safety. For example, we have an ADS-B transponder embedded that allows the other aircraft to tracking and avoiding our drone. We have the LED LED on each wing for better visualization. We can do a return home when the battery is low, or the remote control is lost, or the telemetry is lost, or in some emergency case. These features are all configurable, so you can configure. For example, if you are doing an automatic mission, even you lose the telemetry, you want the mission continue, you can do that. So we can configure all these features on the software. We can also define a geofence. For example, if we fly close to an airport, we can define the real fence that we cannot go outside of this fence. Well, now I'm going to present a mission that we have done recently, and it's a big mission. Well, for us in France, it's a big mission. It's 170 hectares. We have used our small drone, small VTOL, the 2400, with an overlap and setup of 80,000, 70,000. Flight altitude is 150 meters. And this mission takes us around 20 minutes. It's a big mission for us, but it takes only 20 minutes. And we used a 5,400 milliampere battery. However, our battery full charge is 27,000. That means it remains 79% of the battery. So we can largely fly 4 times more So in totally, we can fly around 680 hectares in total for a mission. And for the reports of the post-processing, we can see the covered area, which is 177 hectares. And all the images are well calibrated, and there's a very small optimization of the camera parameters. And this is a preview of the map and the DSM. So this area is just our flight area that I'm going to show you later. We're going to fly the same area, but we're going to fly a small mission. And so here we can see I add a ground control point. We can see the currency is very nice. And this is one picture of the 42 megapixel. If I zoom in a very small area, you can see the details of the image. The building is very nice. So that's why we recommend people to use the 42 megapixel camera, because the performance is really nice. And well, we have present the applications for survey and mapping. And now I'm going to talk about the agriculture and surveillance. The agriculture, we use the red edge from Megasense. This camera can take pictures of several different bands, the blue, green, red edge, and near IR. By using all these pictures, we can generate a map called NDVI. This map is like what we show at the right side. You can see which area of the agriculture is ill. The red part shows that this areas maybe lacks of water, or you need to give some chemical product because it's ill. So this map allows the farmers to go to the exactly area and to save their plants. And we have also developed a complete system for, well, in fact, this is for military, but it can also be used for civil applications. For example, we have two PDKs waterproofed, and the left side is for long-range video, live video. You can see the return of the video. The right side, the right flight case is for the drone pilot. We use a sensor called EO&IR sensor. I can show you a small video of this camera. This camera allows us to track the target. So you can even see the plates of the car in very far distance. Well, this is the introduction of the surveillance camera. And if we need a very long distance, we need to add a long-range antenna tracker. That's the one that we use. It's also for military level, but it can go up to 100 kilometers. And well, our collaboration with Skyshine, including a lot of different area. Skyshine is our distributor for Southeast Asia. It's also our maintenance center and training center. So customer, if you want to have a demo or purchase a drone, you can contact directly Skyshine. We collaborate also on the other specific research and development project, especially for Syria. That's why we can get the approval. Well, I think that's all for my presentation of the drone. And next, I'm going to show you a live flight. I'm going to switch on my phone, and I'm going to go outside and show you how the drone flies. And then we will come back, and if you have any questions, you can ask me and Oliver. So, okay, Rafi, I will connect with my phone.
All right. As you wish. So we will have a real life demonstration from Tele France. So Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐘 and Olivier will doing a real life demonstration. So we can see how the Skycross operate. And so if you have any question, you can ask in the chat box, or you can directly ask Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐘 or Olivier. So for the question in the chat box, Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐘 will answer in the end of presentation.
Menampungkan ekonomi dan mekanisme lebih liberal dari segi masanya, wakaf nilai boleh dijadikan satu di
So we wait for Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐘 to prepare the real life demonstration.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
And can you see my...
Before that, please change your view from the gallery view to speaker view, because by using a phone, Dr. 𝐒𝐊𝐘 cannot share his screen. So you can share. You can change the view from gallery to speaker view. Okay, so we can see the video clearly.
Well, here is Oliver, our founder of the company, and we are ready for fly. So this is our remote that I have present before, and probably you cannot see very clearly, but we have also a software, a mission planning software on the screen. You can see all the information of the drone, and we have the laptop also, and the drone is there. I'm going to show you. It is ready to fly. So as I present before, you can see there's the 2 LED lights. And wow, let's go, let's fly.
So
we have We have some wind, but it's okay. We are going to fly. Well, take off and automation. And he will climb up into 30 meters and do a transition, pass to plane mode. Transition now. I don't know whether you can see the drone clearly or not.
You cannot see anymore.
I cannot see anymore. Okay, I'll come back. I will climb up until 150 meters and do 2 lines. For
maybe you can show the planning.
I will show you the mission planning. So you can see here it's going to climb up until 150 meters. And joins here. Well, it's a very easy mission. It's a very small mission. We just fly 2 lines to show you the how does it work. The altitude is 80 meters. You can see it's always 80 meters. And the drone come back. And then the first line of the mission. It's very cloudy today. Well, this is the first line, and you can see it's begin to take pictures. And on the remote, you can see the same thing. You can see the same thing. In fact, you don't really need the laptop. A remote is enough. But we just prefer to have a big screen. That's why we use 2. Second line. You can see second line finished, and then it's come back and make a landing. So you can see that the drone is quite stable, and there's not too much noise because the engine is not full, so it don't consume a lot of power in the mission mode. And he's going back for landing on the runway. Okay. Okay, come back and landing. Okay, it passed to meteor auto mode and make a landing.
Full automatic.
Yeah.
It's finished. And you can see the mission, the lines, and it's auto-disarmed, automatically disarmed. Then we can bring the drone back and okay. Well, in fact, this is our office, our building, and we have the training place just there, and our office is this part. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live demonstration. I will switch to my laptop, and if you have any questions, please just let me know.
All right. So we wait for Doctor to continue with the his laptop to continue the Q&A session. Okay, everyone, if you have any question, you can ask. So, Doctor, you can check the question in the chat box.
Okay. Wow. So many questions. All right. I'm going to answer the questions from, can we hover the drone during any emergency while in flight mission mode? Yeah, sure, of course. We can hover the drone during any emergency cases. You can see that in on the remote control, you have meteor auto mode. There are two meteor auto modes. You have loiter, which means the GPS mode. That means your drone will stay at the same area at the same station, same position. Sorry. If you have any emergency case, you just press the button very easily. You just press the button of the loiter mode. The drone will stop and make a hover, just stay in the same area. Well, the second question regarding to transmission up to, is that only clear range without any? Yeah, very good question. For the transmission range up to 12 kilometers, it's in Europe and 20 kilometers in USA. I think in Asia is also 20 kilometers, but it is only in clear range. That you're right. You're correct. If you have, for example, if you are in a very dense forest, then the situation may change. You need to take care because it's possible to the range is not so far. But anyway, for example, the area that we have tested is only 1.5 kilometer. We always have 99% of the connection of telemetry. And anyway, you can see in your on your screen that the percentage of the connection. If you are in an area where you have, for example, obstructions, the percentage will reduce slowly. And in this case, you can decide whether you continue the mission if you're sure. For example, you fly at 150 meters, you are sure that there's no towers in front of you, and you can continue the mission. Or you can, just as we talked before, you can pass to hover mode. You can even make a return home. You can do a lot of things, and everything is on the remote control. You can press the button RTL, and the drone will come back to your home position. And then the function hover and landing control by mission planning applies. Yes, exactly. The the function hover and landing control by mission planning. Well, for the function hover and landing, the landing itself is automatic. For the automatic mission, everything is automatic. You don't need to touch the remote. Just one button, auto, and that's all. If you want to pass to hover mode, that means you need to cut the automatic mission, and that's also one button. You press the button hover mode, and the drone will be in hover mode. Indeed, you can also control by mission planning applications. You can also change the mode by mission planning software, but we don't recommend to do that, because in your remote control you have all the buttons. It's very easy to use, and you don't need to look at the function on your screen and then click on the function by using your mouse. So, especially in emergency cases, you have no time to look at your screen. You just always look at your drone and press the button. It's more easier. And yes, all the flight planning is done by mission planning applications. You can do your mission totally in the software and to send the mission to the drone, and then the drone can do the automatic mission itself. Next question is, which processing software did you use for process the raw data? Well, for now we use 𝐒𝐿𝐾-𝐿IB. It's in fact what you have is the flight logs of the drone. You have the GNSS logs. We use mLit, and you can download the logs. And then we use the 𝐒𝐿𝐾-𝐿IB for post-processing to generate a georeferenced file for all images. And then we can use this file in Pix4D, in Corridor 3D, in RGSoft, in a lot of different software. Skyshine, they are distributor of also Corridor 3D, and that's a very good software. The post-processing is very fast, and the performance is equivalent, I can see, as Pix4D or Metaship from RGSoft. So if you want more information about this software, you can ask Rafi maybe. Well, the next question is for the battery. Total 27 milliampere. How many batteries? We use only one battery for the small one, and that's all. Next question is for flight mission must be done first using a laptop or can be via 𝐒𝐿𝐾. Well, for the flight mission, you can do it on 𝐒𝐿𝐾 remote control only. You can do that. The reason why we don't use, because the screen is quite small, and you need to click on a small screen, and it's not very practical. So that's why we use the laptop. It's bigger, and we can do the mission very carefully, and then we transfer it to the drone, and then the mission is read by the remote. But you can do them by using 𝐒𝐿𝐾 remote only. Yeah. Is there a safety protection of sensor if I fly near the electrical cables, which is most drone didn't have? Well, if you want to fly near the electrical cable, it depends Well, I don't know who asked this question, but I need more details because it depends whether you fly near the electrical cable for photogrammetry or LiDAR, because it's not the same. If you fly for photogrammetry, then you will take pictures. And if you are near the electrical cable, that means you will have an influence on the compass, which may lead a compass error on your drone. But normally, if you fly for photogrammetry, you will fly very high, and there won't be any cables, electrical cables. Anyway, you can fly far from the electrical cables, so it's not a big problem. Especially our drone have 2 different kind of compass, so that's not a big issue. But if you fly, that's usually what we do by using the LiDAR system for the electrical cable inspection. In that way, you are going to fly very close to the electrical cable. But as I said, you have a redundance of the compass. If one compass have influence, it will pass to the another. But we always recommend that to be very carefully if you fly near the electrical cable, because it could influence the compass. That's why for the electrical cable inspection, usually it's done by a meteorological drone. It's not done by a VTOL drone. Well, it all depends what kind of inspection that you want to do by photogrammetry or by LiDAR. But by LiDAR, if you want to do by LiDAR, it's better to use meteorological. That's my recommendation. And can sensor like LiDAR mounted on this drone or any other sensor can be mounted? Well, next question is about the sensor. The LiDAR sensor can be mounted on our beige Skycross 3400. That's possible. And any other sensor can be mounted. We can use several different sensors as multispectral camera, the thermal camera from FLIR. And we can use also the EO/IR sensor for the surveillance. Well, I think that's all. Otherwise we have also meteorological. We can embed a GPR sensor, a georadar, for the pipeline detection. So I think we have already a lot of different sensors. We'll continue to do the mission if we lost connection of the remote. Well, that's a good question. If we lost the remote, what happened? We can also configure on the software. By default, if we lose the remote, the mission will be cut and the drone will come back to the home location automatically. That's a safety feature because we prefer to cut the mission, because if we lose the remote control, that means you cannot control the drone. If there is an emergency case, it could be dangerous if you cannot control the drone. So that's why we prefer, if we lose the remote, we cut the mission. But of course, you can configure it to continue the mission if even you lose the remote control. But we do not recommend to do that if unless you have 100% confidence on what is going to do next. For example, it's wide open. You won't have any problem of the flight. Of course, you can continue the mission, but we don't recommend to do that. Will it transmit live location? Should it? Well, yeah. So in case of a crash, we have never have that, but yet. But in case of a crash, you can see in your remote control that the last position of the drone. You can see the last position on your remote control, and it's better to take a picture of your remote, and then you can find it very easily. You can know where it is exactly. And the second solution is that we can add a GPS tracker. That's also an option. We can do that. You just put a SIM card on a GPS tracker, and you can always locate it, the drone. Even after the crash, you can find it very easily. And the next question is about, in case of bad weather, what speed of the wind can it withstand? Any warning for that? Well, in Nantes, our city is it's a very windy city. We are just near the sea. There's a lot of wind. The maximum wind we have tested is 50 kilometers per hour. We know it can against heavier wind, stronger wind, but what we have tested is 50 kilometers per hour. So what we can tell is that under 50 kilometers per hour, the drone flies good. You can still do your mission, and above 50 meters, to be honest, we have not tested, and I'm not recommend for now to fly against a very bad weather. For example, very strong wind. We prefer to choose a good day for the flight. It also good for your pictures. If you have strong wind, probably the picture is not very good, and it's better always to have a good weather to fly for photogrammetry or even LiDAR. How about camera calibration process? Is there any regular schedule for post-processing quality? Well, for the camera calibration, nowadays, customer don't really need to do the camera calibration. In fact, we do the camera calibration before the delivery, but software like post-processing software like Pix4D or Corridor 3D, they can manage very well the calibration of the camera. They will calculate the internal and external parameters of the camera, distortion also. So nowadays it's not mandatory to do a camera calibration. So if you don't do the camera calibration, the procedure of the post-processing is nearly the same like what you do. So customer don't really need to do camera calibration now for the drones. Can we use Pix4D for data capture? Well, Pix4D cannot be used for the data capture for the mission planning. Pix4D capture is only usable for DJI drone. It's for meteor drone. It's not for VTOL drone. They don't have the function like the vertical takeoff, the transition, they function like this. So we don't use Pix4D for data capture, but we can use Pix4D for post-processing. And next question, with the drone detected that electrical cable within 5 to 10 meters, like it will sense the danger. Well, within 5 and 10 meters, electrical cables is you could be influenced by the magneto. Yeah, it's the minimum range we recommend is 20 meters for the cable detection. But please keep in mind that if you want to see to make a 3D model of the cable, that's not possible by using photogrammetry. You cannot take pictures of the small cable and do a 3D modeling. We have tested; it's very bad. Photogrammetry cannot make a 3D model of the cable because it's the cable is very small and it's regular. Each part of the cable is similar. So for Pix4D, it's for photogrammetry is even not possible. But the only way that you can do is by using a LiDAR sensor. That's what I recommend for the electrical cable detection or inspection. So you can have a look. I think Skyshine they sell the DJI Matrix 300 with the LiDAR sensor. That's a good option for electrical cable detection. And the next question regarding to the thermal sensor: is there any specific danger from the drone to the target? Specific distance. We don't have any specific distance from the drone to the target. We have tested on 300 meters, but it can go up to 20 kilometers. So there's no specific distance. It depends also on the a lot of things for the live video option for the ground control station. That's a very complete system for the surveillance. How much is the system? Well, good question. This question you need to ask Skyshine, ask Rafi later. But I can tell it's a very good price compared to its quality. How about regulation license area permission? Well, next question is about the regulation. We have already do everything for the serial approval, and our drone is under licensed, so a customer from Malaysia can use it very easily. And for more detail, I think you can ask Rafi. He know more than me for the local area permission. So I think Rafi can answer the question.
For this question, for UAV Skycross 2400 and 3400, we have already applied for SIRIM certificate. So within maybe in September we will finish off all the permission or regulation by SIRIM. So when we have a SIRIM for this product, so we can go for the CM and MCMC and also from a JUPERM. Okay, so we have work on it right now, final stage. So maybe in September we finish get the SIRIM approval.
Hello. Hi. Could you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm Hamadi from Mission Space Agency. I'm so interested in the SIRIM testing. Could you share with us what type of testing have been done by SIRIM? Is it a crash test or impact test or weather test or whatever? Or is it just an EMC test?
Well, there are so many tests we have done. So you cannot imagine. There are so many tests for each electronic component, for the drone, for each device, each pieces we need to provide a test. So we have 4 or 5 tests that we have done in a special laboratory. So you can find the whole list in the Syria government's website. You can find all the requests of there.
So is the system already certified in your country?
Yeah, Rafi has already answered the question. We have supplied all the documents.
He means in your country.
Huh? In other country.
Your country.
In France.
In my country. Well, in France, we don't need to do that. We have already approved in France by the DGAC in France, but we don't need to do the same procedure in Malaysia. But in France, we already approved. And now in Malaysia, I don't know which country you come from.
Yeah, I'm from Malaysia. But
okay.
the reason I'm asking this question is, let's say that when you have the certification from Sirium, right? So you have your own platform, and then is it with the payload or without the payload? So the reason is, I'm asking whether you could do, customize. So if you customize another payload, does you need to do the test again? Is it? That's why I'm asking. So for the whole system to be certified by Sirium, right, to fly in Malaysia and have the MCMC.
Well, to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so because the series approval is mainly for the drone itself. It's not for the camera, for example. We do provide several documents for the sensors, but we don't need to do the same test for the sensors because we don't produce the sensor. The sensor is from Sony or from other company, for example, MegaSense. They have already tested their sensors, and we just ask them the full document, and we give it to Sirium, and it's we don't need to do the whole test again. It's for the drone itself, it's quite hard.
The platform is a bit clear, but for the integration between the platform and the payload itself, that's what interests me. Because I don't know, let's say that I don't know if you have integrated with MegaSense Ultim or not, but let's say that we have another payload that we like you to customize with that aircraft. So do we need to certify it again? So does we have to pay money more? Because we don't know yet, right?
Well, personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think it's very complicated for add just a sensor. I don't think it's very complicated. So, what kind of sensor do you want to add? So,
just let's say that maybe we have a very for the time being we only have MegaSense Ultim, right, for the best multispectral sensor we have. So let's say that for another year we have 16 sensors, something like that, multispectral. So we like it to upgrade the system. Can you do that?
Yeah, of course. We can change that. Well, for us, we regularly update our sensors also. For example, before we used 24 megapixel, and now we recommend the 42 megapixel, and we are now testing also the 61 megapixel also. So we update our payload according to the request of the market also. It changed every year. Every year we're going to introduce more sensors.
And then when you show us the demo that just now, I noticed that it flew like an aeroplane, right? So fixed wing when it captured data, acquired data. So how do you compensate it when the aircraft yaw and roll for static camera assist multispectral camera? Because do you have it on gimbal or not?
We can add a gimbal. We can add a gimbal. That's what we done for the surveillance camera system. We can add a gimbal.
I see. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much.
No problem. If you have any other questions. Well, the last question is it necessary to do aerial calibration and board side calibration for each mission for the drone? No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to do it every time, because well, as I said, it's the software post-processing can manage it very easily. And even for the LiDAR, you don't need to do the bore side calibration for each mission. It's just for the first time. Well, for me, it's not necessary. And you can still get very good accuracy. That's the most important. Okay, since there's no other questions. Yeah, of course.
Okay,
go ahead.
When you are capturing the data, right? So do you see that can your system display live telecast from the sensor itself?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
Okay, when we are capturing the data, right?
Yeah.
Does the system display live video or image from the sensor?
You want the live video, right?
Yes.
You can activate the live video. You can have this option. We can add the live video. You can see on your remote control. You can see the live video. But it's an option.
For the
especially for
I have to ask for it. It's not in the, which means that the system is not included with it. Or I need to ask for it. Is it?
Yeah, exactly. By default, we don't propose this option for the surveillance mapping, because usually you don't need this. You don't need to see what is in front of you, and it's not necessary. And but we can of course we can add this option.
But because
that's the.
Because when you just 12 kilometers away, you need to know what are you heading at, right? Whether
sure, of course. Well, of course, you can add this option. You can add a camera. Well, in fact, if you add this option, we will add another camera for live video only, because the camera, for example, if you use the Sony RX1 or 2, it's going to take pictures. It cannot film at the same time. We're going to add a small camera, and you can see the live video. You can see what is in front of you.
For the live feed, does it share the same telemetry signal from the aircraft, or is it a separate signal?
It's separate. Of course, it's separate now.
So we need to receive it.
It's another antenna. It's another antenna for the live video.
So for the telemetry, you are using what frequency, and for the telemetry, what for the video?
For the telemetry, we use 2.4 gigahertz.
And for the video, 2.4 also? But video, is it?
Also, yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, all the we use the remote, the hearing. It's including the telemetry, the radio. All is in the same band. So they are at 2.4 giga, and the live video is the same. In fact.
Have you ever tested 900 megahertz system?
Well, 900 we how to say, before we use 900, before we use 433 for Europe, we use 900, especially 915 megahertz for Asia countries, in Malaysia or in China. And the reason why we abandoned this this frequency, because we cannot send more power. The power is limited by 100 milliwatts, and that's why we update to 2.4 gigahertz, and we can send more power for the telemetry and the live video. That's why we can have a long distance. But if customer really need this, for example, 900 megahertz, we know how to do that, and we can do that also. But that means you have only 2 kilometers telemetry instead of 12 kilometers. That's the main difference.
Yeah, so which means if you reduce the frequency, we will have less radius, right?
Exactly.
One more thing, sorry for a lot of questions.
Yeah, no.
The system is like, I'm interested in the system, but does the system have a warning for temperature? Because I saw it in your presentation there, the temperature is about minus something to 50, right? 50 Celsius, is it?
I don't well understand what the safety, you mean the safety feature?
No, a safety feature for temperature alarm. Because
temperature, okay.
Because in Malaysia we have a very warm and
I know very well.
Right?
I've been there for 5-6 times.
So mostly of our system from Canada, from somewhere else, they will have a problem of overheating, especially on the batteries. The temperature will be more than 50. So does your system have that warning for the temperature, or is it? I mean, you have to know it by yourself, no?
Well, a very good question. Where I have never think about that for the warning of the battery. We have a warning of the battery, but not for temperature. We have a warning of the battery for the voltage, for the percentage, but we have no warning for the temperature. To be honest, we don't have this feature, but in Malaysia, in fact, we have been there a lot of times, and even if we fly in the noon, it's very hot, and we don't have any issue. That's why the drone is white, reflect a lot of the heat. And our battery, I didn't present it before because it's a kind of secret. The battery, we don't use the normal battery, and it's a new technology for the battery. It's smaller, and it's lighter, and it's have more power inside. For example, the battery that we use is 27,000 milliampere, but it's compared to the old battery that we use is 22,000. Our new battery is smaller, 300 gram light, and 5,000 milliampere more. So it's a new technology, and it's more efficient. That's why we fly a long time by using this battery. And for the temperature, I cannot remember the temperature for this battery, but I will give you this information later. I don't want to say
because you have mentioned about the new battery. Sorry, how many cycles does the lifespan of the battery?
Well, technically it's a 500 cycle, and guaranteed. It depends how you use the battery. It could up to 3,000, but you need to take care of the battery very carefully, because for example, if you don't use it for 1 week or 2, you need to charge it in stock mode. That's most customers, they don't do that. So if you take care of your battery, in fact, you can use the battery for up to 3,000 circles. So there's no problem, especially our new battery is 2 to 4 times more efficient than the classic the tattoo battery. So that's what we recommend to our customer. You need to take care of your battery. You need to charge it in stock mode. If you don't use it for months, you should take care of your battery. And well, a new question: can UAV technology get the cross section of the river? Of course, not. It depends. It depends whether you have water or not. If you have water in the river, of course you cannot get the cross section because the pictures or even LiDAR they don't cross the water, so you cannot have the cross section. The only way that you can have the cross section is to use a boat, bathymetric boat, or we can also embed a eco sonar on the drone, but you need to use the eco sonar. It's not photogrammetry or LiDAR can do that. Any more questions?
I think you have skipped one question.
Okay.
Is the question about the longitudinal features like river or road on the chat box from GS Yusri.
I didn't see that. GS Yusri.
If
okay. If we have a longitude feature like a river road that we want to capture, can home base be set to different locations so that we can maximum distance? Yeah, sure, of course. You can set your home base wherever you want. You can. In fact, each time when you pre-arm the drone, he asks you whether you want to relocalization your home position. If you click no, you choose the home location to another place. You click no, and your mission will keep the home location away. But the only thing that you need to pay attention is that you should not make your home position very far from your mission area. In that case, first is the security. You don't know what happened on the field. Second thing is the battery. You need to pay attention on the battery level. So make sure everything can under control. If you have two person, one is in the home position, one is on the field, that will be better. But you can, of course, set a different location of your home position. Okay, I think that's all. Any more questions?
So, any question?
Okay. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Anyway, if you have any question, you can contact Rafi for Skyshine for more details, and I will help them also to answer these questions.
Okay. So terima kasih pada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang hadir pada hari ini. So kalau ada apa-apa soalan ataupun berkaitan dengan spesifikasi ataupun berkaitan dengan demonstration, so boleh refer kepada Skyshine. So kita boleh provide lah apa yang tuan-tuan nak, harga ke soalan-soalan berkenaan dengan technical, processing software, anything, LiDAR. So boleh refer dengan Skyshine lah untuk pengetahuan tuan-tuan lah. Okay. So bagi tuan-tuan yang nak copy soft copy presentation, so boleh berhubung dengan kita. Kita akan emailkan kepada tuan-tuan yang nak soft copy. Okay. So itu saja untuk hari ini, untuk webinar kali ini. InsyaAllah kita akan bertemu lagi dalam webinar-webinar yang akan datang. Kita akan buat lagi banyak webinar lah lepas ni. Mungkin LiDAR lagi ataupun drone, UAV VTOL software, LiDAR software, photogrammetry software. So nanti kita akan keluarkan jemputan. So siapa-siapa yang nak join, nak ikut webinar kita, boleh join. So kita tak ada kenakan apa-apa bayaran. So kalau tuan-tuan nak bertanya berkenaan dengan software photogrammetry, software LiDAR, UAV, LiDAR instrument, GNS, apa-apa sahaja boleh terus refer dengan Skyshine. So kalau tak ada apa-apa lagi, kita stop kat sini. Okay. Terima kasih kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang hadir. Assalamualaikum dan selamat petang. Thank you, Doktor.
Have a good day.